All right, contractors, look, we all got into the construction business because we like building things, not because we like sitting behind a desk. But the reality is, the business side of contracting is what separates the successful GCs from the guys who are always stressed and always scrambling. We're talking about profit margins, time management, and reducing your risk, and so much more. For years, we relied on old school methods and tools, but I got to tell you, the game has changed and it's still changing rapidly right now with AI being at the forefront of construction and technology. Today, I'm going to show you how to use a powerful, relatively new tool to work for you. It's not another piece of heavy equipment or a new software that takes 6 months to learn. It's artificial intelligence, and we're talking about a simple free tool, ChatGPT. We're going to cut through the hype and focus on this one thing: how this technology helps you cut paperwork, save time, and grow your profits starting today. Let's talk about the biggest drain on your time. I bet you guessed it. Paperwork is one of the biggest time thieves in construction. If you're a GC, this slide is your life story. Time is the only non-renewable resource we have on the job, and paperwork is the biggest thief of it. We're talking about the hours you spend off-site or late at night dealing with administrative garbage that keeps you from focusing on the build or, frankly, getting home to your family or doing something fun for a change. Think about it. Every project needs a safety plan, which is a massive lift. Subcontractor coordination turns into endless email, text chains of chasing people down. And don't even get me started on the documentation nightmares that come with change orders and RFIs. The numbers don't lie. The average GC is losing 10 to 15 hours every single week, and that's being conservative, to tasks that are super repetitive and frankly boring that nobody likes to do. That's a full day and a half of billable time lost to a paper trail. We need a solution that can handle this grunt work so we can get back to what we do best. Enter ChatGPT, your 24/7 assistant that never complains. So what if you could hire an assistant who works 24/7, never takes a sick day, and costs less than a daily coffee run? I did mention that ChatGPT is free. There is a free version, but I highly recommend going to the pro version that's just $21 a month. So that's exactly what ChatGPT is. It's not some futuristic robot. It's an AI-powered tool that acts like a super sharp assistant. It drafts documents, writes professional emails, and organizes complex information literally in seconds. And here's the best part: you don't need to have a computer science degree to use it. If you can type a text message, if you can speak into your iPhone, you can use this tool to save yourself hours every single week. It's free for basic use, like I said, and the premium version is about $21 a month. Think of it as another essential tool in your toolbox, right next to your impact driver and your laser level. It's designed to handle the mental grunt work so you can focus on the physical build. And let's look at the first major way this saves you time and potentially saves you from a lawsuit. Every single project requires a site-specific safety plan, or, if you're not doing that, then you probably should be. And writing one from scratch is soul-crushing grind, right? You know you need it, but it takes hours to customize a boilerplate for every new job. This is where ChatGPT can shine. Instead of spending 90 minutes wrestling with a new document, you feed your AI your project details like the location, the scope, and the top 5 hazards, and it spits out a comprehensive first draft in under a minute. It instantly generates the key sections you need, from the project overview and site-specific hazards to the required PPE and emergency procedures. It even drafts the protocols for high-risk activities like crane operations or deep excavations. This isn't just about saving 90 minutes. It's about ensuring you have a compliant, professional document ready to go almost instantly, reducing your risk and getting your crew working faster and more safely. Now let's talk about a major time sink. You know what this is all about: chasing subcontractors. We all know the pain of chasing subs for overdue quotes or delayed paperwork. It's frustrating, and when you're under pressure to finalize a prime bid, it's easy to send an email that sounds desperate or worse, unprofessional. You can't afford to burn bridges in this business, but you need that information right now. It has to get done. ChatGPT is your professional buffer. It drafts polite but firm follow-up messages that get results without making you look like a hothead. The AI references a project and the specific scope of the work clearly, reminds them of the missed deadline without being accusatory, and asks for a clear timeline or status update professionally. This keeps the tone collaborative and solution focused, which is critical for maintaining those long-term relationships. You save 20 to 30 minutes per follow-up, plus you reduce your stress and keep your professional reputation intact. Next, we'll look at how the same professional tone can keep your clients happy and your project moving smoothly. All right, we just talked about chasing down subs. Now let's talk about the people who actually pay us, the clients. Happy clients are informed clients. But let's be honest, writing a professional, reassuring update at the end of a long, messy week is the last thing that we want to do. This is where AI shines. You just give it the basics, what you finish, what's next, any delays, and what you need from them. The AI takes bullet points and crafts a polished, confidence building message that makes you look like a top tier copywriting professional expert. You can even tell it to adjust the tone. I need a technical, detailed update for a commercial client. Done. Need a warmer, more personal tone for a residential owner? Easy. This isn't just about saving 45 minutes per update. It's about reducing miscommunication and building trust, which leads to more and better referrals and fewer headaches down the line. That kind of client satisfaction is priceless. But client satisfaction isn't the only place that we can save time. Let's look at how we can close out a job. Project closeout is where profit goes to die if you aren't careful. A sloppy or incomplete punch list leads to endless arguments, callbacks, and delayed final payments. We've all been there. Stop reinventing the wheel every single time. ChatGPT creates a comprehensive trade-specific punch list template in seconds. You can generate detailed lists for everything from paint scuffs and millwork to plumbing leaks and HVAC balancing. This ensures a consistent standard across all of your projects, no matter which superintendent or project manager is running the job. You can even customize it with your own recurring items like code compliant stickers or warranty documentation handovers. This consistency protects your profit and, most importantly, your reputation. We're talking about saving a full hour or more per project just on documentation, plus the reduced cost of these frustrating callbacks. We've talked about clients and closeouts. Now let's tackle the biggest documentation beast of them all, the RFI. RFIs are necessary. They're a necessary evil in construction. They protect you legally and they clarify ambiguities, but they can quickly become a documentation nightmare. Without a system, things get lost and it costs you time and money. ChatGPT helps you tame the RFI beast by building a standardized process that anyone on your team can follow. This system covers everything. It helps your team spot the problem and decide when to write an RFI versus just solving it on site. It ensures every RFI has required information before it even goes out. And crucially, it helps you set up a system for tracking it and nudging the architect or engineer when they're dragging their feet or not getting something to you. Of course, again, this isn't just about saving 30 minutes or an hour per RFI. It's having a complete, defensible documentation trail and an instant tracking system. No more chasing down emails or wondering who has the ball. We've covered 5 major pain points in today's video. Now let's look at the bottom line. So what does all this saving actually add up to? When you look at the 5 use cases we covered, safety plans, sub follow-ups, client updates, punch lists, and RFI management, the numbers are substantial. And I didn't even touch on everything that ChatGPT can do, and I'll do that in other videos. But for just right here, the typical general contractor managing multiple projects, you're easily saving 10 to 15 hours every single week. Think about that. That's 2 full days of work you're getting back every single month. This isn't just about working harder. It's about working smarter and focusing your time where it creates the most value. You can reinvest that time into business development, better team management, or finally achieving some work-life balance. And the cost, it's either free or $21 a month. The return on investment here is undeniable. This is a competitive advantage that you've been looking and waiting for. So how do you start? Easy. Pick one prompt and try it today. The key to getting value from this tool is to start simple. Don't try to overhaul your entire operation overnight. Just pick one prompt, one use case, play around with it. Just create some pretend job or start working on what you just finished. Or you can try to think about your biggest pain point right now and brainstorm ways on how ChatGPT can help you solve it. Maybe it's client updates. Maybe it's RFI tracking. Just pick one, copy the prompt exactly as I've shown you here, and paste it in ChatGPT. Review the output, adjust the prompt to match your company's voice, and then save that customized prompt for repeat use. Just rinse and repeat so you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. Once you have a successful prompt, share it with your team. Make sure everyone benefits from the efficiency. Then you can gradually add more use cases to your workflow as you get more comfortable. You're going to start playing with it and get really competent with ChatGPT. You're going to start exploring more. You're going to use it for marketing, for lead generation, for a ton of client communication. It's just going to be a game changer. So stop thinking of AI and ChatGPT as high-tech nonsense. Start seeing it as a powerful new tool in your toolbox, ready to give you back potentially 10 hours a week. Thank you for watching. We'll see you for the next one.